The third energy type we're going to talk about is our emotionals. The emotionals are the biggest love bugs, the most emotionally connected, aware feelers that we have. They feel and express emotions in a way that none of the other types do because it's who they are. They feel everything. They experience everything as a feeling. Their body is their feelings. And their energy is arranged in a way that their primary connection is their emotions. Their truths exist in their emotions. And their magneticism comes from the connection to the spirit world. Their connection to the spirit and their higher selves and the knowings and understandings they get is how they magnetize and bring information through the emotions. These are the artists, the creators, the people who receive information and understanding and do something with it in a colorful and a beautiful way because everything comes through the emotional channel. As a child, emotionals were really empathetic. They felt everything from everybody around them and they experienced feelings in a way that may have been overwhelming, especially if they were raised by families who didn't understand emotions or who were disconnected from their emotions. Emotionals would have had a very, very challenging childhood because why do you feel so big? Why are you so why is the sadness so big? Why is the fear so big? Why is the happiness so big even? Emotionals become too much with their emotions really, really easily to everybody else around them. As a society, we don't like big emotions. And for emotionals, that's who they are. And if they are taught that their emotions are wrong, they are disassociating and they struggle with their emotions to always feel like they are always overwhelming because that's what they were told. And so, as a child, emotionals need a different kind of care from an emotional state than any of the other types. They need to feel seen and heard and like their emotions matter. Their feelings matter. The biggest trigger for an emotional is to feel like nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody sees me. Nobody can hear me. I don't matter. That disconnection for an emotional is the end of the world. They are completely disconnected and disassociated at that point because nobody cares about them and nobody cares about their feelings, which means they don't exist. And that's how it feels to them. They don't exist and they don't matter. And what's the point? And so the biggest challenges for emotionals, if they've been emotionally disconnected, which I am finding that there are lots of emotionally disconnected emotionals out there, is generally something to do with their physical body and or their mental body. Because of the disassociation from their emotional state, they start trying to do all of this stuff in the physical and the mental, but it doesn't work. And they have a lot of physical body issues, illnesses, autoimmune disorders, trouble with weight, trouble with ADHD, trouble with mind chatter. They can't focus on anything. They can't create anything. They can't do anything because it's all overwhelming. It's completely overwhelming as an emotional because everything channels through the emotions. And if you're not allowing yourself to experience emotions as an emotional, well, things are going to be more challenging. And the biggest challenge for the emotionals is to allow that connection and that channel to stay true to themselves, to feel the feelings as they come, to be the feelings as they come, and however they desire to be expressed. The guidance system for emotionals is, you guessed it, their emotions. Their emotions tell them what feels good and what doesn't feel good, what is true for them and what is not true for them. They feel it in a different way. Many of them have told me they feel it in their bodies because their emotions are their bodies. And they feel it in a way that gets light or heavy in their bodies. They are pulled in a different way with feeling and emotion, excitement or not. Or they stay neutral and they're unsure. But their emotions always guide them. And so it's very, very important as an emotional to have that emotional connection so that they have their guidance system with them. The gifts of the emotionals are their creativity, their ability to express the world's beauty in color and words in ways that any of the other types don't have access to. They don't feel the full spectrum in the same way. They don't experience it through their physical systems in the same way. And an emotional who's emotionally and spiritually connected has this beautiful gift and way with words and way with art that others do not. And they're often guided to sing, to draw, to paint, to create, to write some type of artistic expression that allows them to channel that understanding of the world, that spirit, that drive into something of beauty. And that's generally their focus, is to be creators. That's our emotionals, and I will see you in the next video.